Okay, we're going to look at sonatas today. What are the different sonatas listed? The first one is Dominic Scarlatti Sonata in D major. And just for the heck of it, we're going to certainly put that on 113. Dominic Scarlatti Sonata in D major. Hear that ascending on top of the obnoxious piano. One more time. Dominic Scarlatti Sonata in D major. So that's that. Sonata in D major by Dominic Scarlatti. And then the next sonata is Carl Philipp Emanuel Sonata in A. Let's review that again. CPE, Bach, Sonata in A major. This is the second movement, and it's poco adagio. And again. So it's Sonata in A major. And then the next sonata is Mozart Sonata in F major. It's the first movement, Allegro. Don't worry about the movements. We're going to get back to that. Piano Sonata, Mozart Sonata in F major. I think this is the one I know the beginning of. Sonata in F major. First movement, Allegro. And this is Mozart. Hear the da 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 da. Let's do that a couple of times. Sonata in F major. The Allegro. It's a piano sonata. Hear the very beginning. Da 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 da. Hear the da 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 da. It's the one I know. And that's Sonata in F major. And then the last sonata is Beethoven's Piano Sonata, Pathétique. It's a piano sonata in C minor. And it's a grave and then allegro. And the grave, I believe, goes on for 1 minute. And let's listen to that. So it's a piano sonata. So we have a piano sonata by, there was another piano sonata. Mozart's the piano sonata. And that is, let's see, Mozart was sonata in F, the Allegro. This is piano sonata in C minor, and it's Beethoven. So Mozart is sonata in F major. Beethoven is piano sonata in C minor. Pathétique. That's a grave, and then the Allegro after 1 minute. Let's listen to that again. So it does a little higher. And brings that motif up higher again. Let me just note that. So it plays that motif 3 times, higher, higher, and higher. I want to go back and compare that to the Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach Sonata. So let's just do this one more time. This is Beethoven Piano Sonata in C minor. little later. I think it's a little over a minute. It comes into the allegro. This is still the grave. This is the one with the long runs. There's your allegro. And so this one also has long runs. And that's Beethoven, and then it goes into the allegro. And that happens after a minute and 28 seconds, I think. And then let's go back to the very beginning again. This is the Grave Allegro Beethoven, Piano Sonata in C minor. And then let's go back and listen to the CPE Bach Sonata in A major. And that is 114. Bach. One of the things I hear is that M fine, Sam, emotional, and all the ornamentation that's even emotional. So I'd be listening for the sadness and the ornamentation, which I believe carries through. The Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach Sonata in A major. It's a second movement. It's poco adagio. And that versus the Beethoven Piano Sonata in C minor. And let's just take a look again at Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. Listen for the ornamentation. Da-da-da-da. And again. Hear it again. More ornamentation. More. There's a little bit in there. M find Sam style. German emotional. And versus the Ludwig van Beethoven, which has a motif and it plays 3 times higher and higher and higher, and it's also sad. And then we're going to look at, that's it for the sonatas. I want to look at things that are second movements or third movements. Let's see. First, there's one. That's the first one, too. Okay. There are only 3 pieces that are not first movements. The first one is that Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach Sonata in A major is a second movement, and it's called Poco Adagio. We're just going to give it a little listen again. All that ornamentation. So I want you to remember this. Sonata, that's just like Carl Philipp Bach Sonata in A major. Second movement, Poco Adagio. And again, Sonata in A major, second movement, Poco Adagio. Okay, feed me back the information. Who wrote it? What kind of piece is it? So who wrote it? Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. What kind of piece is it? It's a sonata. It's a sonata in A major. Which movement is it? Second. And what's the name of the second movement? Poco Adagio. And let's go through it again. Who wrote it? Bach, CPE Bach. What kind of piece is it? Sonata in A major. Which movement? Second. What's it called? Poco Adagio. And the genre is sonata. And then another one that's not a first movement is Haydn's String Quartet in E flat major, which is the joke. And let's look at that one. And there's your joke, the da 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 da. And at the end, you hear that da 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 da, slightly different but similar rhythm. Da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Okay, so that's Haydn. It's a string quartet in E flat major. It's known as the joke, and it's the finale, presto. What form? Rondo form. What genre? String quartet. Again, from the beginning. Who wrote it? Franz Joseph Haydn. What's the genre? String quartet. How is this piece known other than an official name? The joke. What's the official name? String quartet in E flat major. What part of the quartet is this? It's the finale. What's the finale called? Presto. And what's the form of the finale? It's a rondo form. Again. Who wrote it? Haydn. Franz Joseph Haydn. Excuse me. What's the genre? String quartet. What is the official name? String quartet in E flat major. What is it known as? The joke. What part of the string quartet is this? It's the finale. What's this finale known as? Presto. What's its form? Rondo form. One more time. Repeat. So, what's the genre? String quartet. Who wrote it? Franz Joseph Haydn. Whoops. What's its official name? String quartet in E flat major. What is this known as? What's the kind of side name it has? The joke. Which part of the string quartet is the piece we're listening to? It's the finale. This finale is known as what? It's called what? It's the presto. So it's a big part of the joke, huh? Presto. What kind of form is it? It's a rondo form. Rondo form. We have one more that's not a first movement. And the last one that's not a first movement is Jupiter. Jupiter is also the fourth. Starts off kind of sweet. There you go. Jupiter. So that's Jupiter. And let's do it again. the piece is Symphony number 41. Symphony in C major, Jupiter, known as Jupiter. We're listening to the fourth movement, which is the finale. It's very magnificent. It is a symphony. This one is a symphony. Magnificent. So it has all that big part. I wonder what the end is like. Oh, well, I'll listen to that another time. This is the fourth movement. It's a symphony by Mozart. It's Symphony in C major, number 41. Jupiter. It's the fourth movement, and it's the finale. And that's it for different movements. I just want to run through and name the symphonies. So let's look for the symphonies. So as far as I can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symphonies. Let me look at them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symphonies, and I'm gonna quickly just look at them. The first symphony is San Martini, Symphony in F, the first movement, which is a presto. So it says Giovanni Battista San Martini as a symphony in F. The second symphony is Stamets, Symphony in E flat major. It's Allegro Assai. The next symphony is Symphony in G major by Haydn, Franz Joseph Haydn, Adagio Allegro. The next symphony is Mozart Symphony 41 in C major, which is Jupiter. The last symphony is Beethoven Symphony in E flat major, Eroica. Let's just listen to very little bit of each one. 115. The first one is Giovanni Battista San Martini Symphony in F. It's the first movement, presto. So you hear that da-da-da, and then a little lower, da-da-da. I think it's lower. And then a phrasing. That's San Martini. Yep. San Martini Symphony in F, the presto. The next one is Stamets Symphony. Symphony in E flat major is Stamets. Stamets Allegro Assai. Symphony in E flat. And that's 116. So that's dot, 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 phrase, dot, 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 phrase. Let's go back and listen to San Martini. Dot, 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 and lower, dot, 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 phrase. Stamets. So that only, it says dot, 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 phrase. The other one says dot, 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 lower, dot, 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 phrase. The dot, 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 lower, dot, dot, dot is San Martini. The dot, 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 phrase, dot, 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 phrase is Stamets. So San Martini has dot, 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 phrase. Stamets, dot, 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 phrase. And then the next symphony is Jupiter, which has that kind of light and then goes into something. Oh, I'm sorry, we missed Haydn. Haydn Symphony 88 in G major. This is the Adagio Allegro, Haydn. This is the one that has the echo. So it's, let's go back and listen to the beginning again. So it's the one that has the echo, and that's Haydn Symphony 88 in G major. It's Adagio Allegro. And then let's go take a look at Jupiter again. Jupiter is a symphony by Mozart in C major. And this is the fourth movement, Jupiter. Hear that? First of all, it says da 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 da, and comes down, up 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 down, and then a little phrase, and it gets magnificent. Hear that magnificence come in. Okay, and then the last symphony is Beethoven's Symphony in E flat, Eroica, and this is Allegro con brio. Beethoven's Symphony in E flat, Eroica, Allegro con brio. This is the last thing we're doing today. This is the one that has the motif. So it's that one's Beethoven Symphony in E flat major, Eroica, and it's Allegro con brio, and that's it for today.